wonderful feeling it was to own your own car. The Sunday afternoon drive became a national pastime. To visit Uncle Obadiah with the car bouncing along like a boat in a choppy sea, jolting your teeth out every time it hit a bump. Mom would keep saying, "Papa, don't drive so fast." And when you suddenly met another car coming the other way on those narrow roads, oh boy, that was a thrill that stood your hair right up on end. Just being able to drive a car was enough, but pretty soon the novelty wore off and people began to get angry at the bad roads. So they started to make the roads better. In every state all across the nation, men and machines went to work. Rutted mud gave place to smooth ribbons of pavement, wide enough for two cars to pass each other. And the roads became longer. They pushed out in every direction. And down every road ran the Model T, panting and quivering, always eager to go farther. Thing began to happen. People from the cities began riding out into the country, and people from the farms began going to the city, and whole sections of the population began to get acquainted with each other for the first time. No road maps in those days. If you got lost, the kindly natives would give you directions so complicated you couldn't find your way home with a compass. Everything was down the road a piece. If you got lost, you stayed lost. Everywhere you looked, you saw the Model T. It became a part of the American scene. It took the housewife to market. It brought the doctor to his patients in time to save their lives. It saved time and speeded up business. Filling stations sprang up by the thousand, and a whole new industry in gas and oil was created. Not only did it save time, it gave the average citizen a wonderful new way to spend the time he saved. Now, for the first time, Americans were able to travel inexpensively across their own country in their own cars and see the grandeur of their inheritance. They could visit the great national parks which had been created for the people, but which so few people had ever had an opportunity to see. Could get away from the noise and the heat of the city. People could go camping over a weekend and be back to work Monday morning with renewed energy. They could go to the mountains, or if they preferred the beach, the faithful Tin Lizzie would carry them to the sea's edge. There were many new images in the people's minds now, things they had seen along the American road. Wonderful things they would never have been able to see at all without the motor car. There was a new look in people's faces, a look of discovery and wonderment and pleasure. A new world had been opened up for them. The nation took the Model T to its heart. People called it a flivver, made jokes about it, loved it. They said it could go anywhere except in society. Hollywood comedians had a field day with it. T was more than a motor car. It was the symbol of an industrial revolution. For mass production and the assembly line were now able to bring the price down on all sorts of products, put them within everyone's reach. Mass production also created thousands of new skills, new jobs at higher wages. And under this powerful stimulus, the nation's economy expanded enormously. What about the man who was chiefly responsible for all this? What was he like?